Hey guys, we just got back from Ninja Turtles. This is the second take I did for this review because, like, the first one I did, I was like in a very weird state of mind. Like I was still trying to process whatever it is I just watched. So I'm gonna give this another go. Hopefully at this time I'll have my thoughts more in line, so I'm not rambling for 15 minutes. From the onset of, the whole Ninja Turtle review and stuff, and there being aliens and Michael Bay attached to it, I was just like, ugh. I don't think I can enjoy this. I kind of just kept it in the back of my head. I was like, whatever. And then I saw, on, Facebook and Twitter, a while back, it was like, yeah, they're not going to do the whole aliens thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So, with that, and Michael Bay wasn't directing it, he was just a producer, so woohoo! Awesome on that. Well, I'm going to start off here with the things I did like, and just so everyone's clear on this, there will be spoilers that I talk about and stuff like that. The main thing is that I really liked was they did the Turtles right. I think their personalities and everything were good. They were well done. They didn't do no stupid, introductory stuff, where they introduce the Turtles and they're all like, oh, hey, Donnie's the science guy. Oh, hey, Raph's the tough guy. Leo's, the leader, and Mikey's the goofy guy. They didn't do any of that, so that was cool. I appreciated that. They assumed by now, everyone who goes to see that movie should know who the Turtles are. One other thing I wanted to mention, too, was that it seemed like they gave each turtle their own moment to shine, so to speak. Or at least that's what I noticed with my favorite, Donatello. There's a scene when they're rushing down the mountain, and Raph had his fight with Shredder, and he got all fucked up during that, and Leo's got a taser cable in him or something, and he's passed out falling down the mountain, and Raph's like, take me up, I want to go fix him. Donnie's like, let me be the badass one. So I was like, yes. I was like, that's kind of cool. Raph has his moment when he rescues his brothers. Mikey just had a bunch of funny moments throughout it. Leo really didn't get a chance to shine too much. He was just kind of there, doing his thing. So. The rest of the cast, it's still hard for me to say. I'll probably need to watch the movie probably a few more times, but I don't know the actor's name. He's in that sitcom on CBS called The Millers. I'll put his name in here. He was Vernon, and from the 80s show, Vernon was he was a goofball, really. I liked him. He was pretty funny. There's a funny scene with him in there, and he's at his house and April calls him, and he's listening to Careless Whisper by George Michaels. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. That cracked me up. Oh man, that really cracked me up. With funny stuff like that. Hey, you want down? No? Okay. Okay, yeah, you do. So, go play. So, yeah, he was good. As for the rest of the cast, it's I'll get to that later in the stuff that I didn't like. So, but the rest of the stuff I did like, okay, that's about all I liked about the movie. Everything else is just it's so stupid. It really is. It's, okay, so, the Turtles were originally lab experiments for the Saxon Industries, which is played by the actor. Again, I'll put his name right here. I don't know it by heart. He's the guy he's one of the mobster bank guys from Batman or The Dark Knight, and he was also the priest in Man of Steel. That guy. He's the guy that originally created the ooze mutagen, and when and April's dad worked with him, and, lab catches fire, and they think they lose everything. Anyway, that whole thing was called Project Renaissance, hence how the Turtles got their name. There's a lot of stuff in the movie I can nitpick, but I'm not going to. So, because there's just like major flaws. But what else we got? Shredder. Yeah, I thought they were gonna mess up the turtles. Yeah, my biggest fear was that they were gonna mess up the turtles. You know, make them like really like not what I was expecting. No, they did that for the rest of the cast. Like Shredder, he's a transformer. Simply put, he even makes the sounds. There's one scene where he's fighting Raph, and he just comes down, and he's like coming down on the punch, and you hear the just like in the Transformers movie. It's ridiculous. The action scenes themselves, I was severely let down by. Like, there's like the opening scene with where you get teased with their appearance, and I think it's only Raph that shows up he's not. It's like the kind of like the same setting as Batman Begins when Batman first shows up, and they're all they're unloading the stuff off the boats. They're at the docks. And, Raph comes in, he's taking out all these guys, he's, like, throwing the shipping containers and stuff. It's, there's that scene. The next scene with the turtles is when the Foot Clan takes the people hostage because the lights, the lights go out and everything, and you just see them kind of, like, moving around. The other action scenes, there's when the Foot Clan attacks their lair. That's okay. That's got some decent action, and then after that, it's just 3 of the 4 turtles get captured. Raph's the one that doesn't. They get taken to this facility where Saxon can drain the ooze out or the mutagen out of them, and then they have like the chase scene you see in the previews where like it's like racing down that snow mountain. There's that scene. And then there's just their fight with the Shredder. That's like those are the only action scenes. And they're all like really, aside from that scene where they were like racing down the mountain, it's pretty dull for the most part. I'll get to the fight with Shredder in a bit. But yeah, the other thing I want to talk about too is that, like when Raph mentions his shell is cracked, I'm like, and he just wants Donnie to tape it up, I'm like, that's kind of a big deal, Like, last I checked, the shell was like, the whole like backbone of a turtle, and if that's cracked in some way, that's like having like a broken vertebrae or something. I could be wrong. Someone out there, let me know on that, because like I know they did like an arc in the comic book where like Donnie falls out of a chopper or something and like falls and cracks his shell and he has to like rebuild himself with cybernetic parts or something. I think they kind of just like rewrote that and it was just like, nah, that didn't happen. So yeah, overall plot is that they were the test subjects. Spoilers here. April's dad finds out what Saxon's doing because Saxon was born on an Okinawan base in Japan. His dad went to Vietnam, didn't come back, and died. Shredder basically took him in and raised him, so he's working. He has his Saxon company, it's like pharmaceuticals, genetic mutations, construction. He has all that as a front for him funding the Shredder, I guess, and the Foot Clan. And so anyway, yeah, April's dad finds out what he's doing with the mutagen, because this is the kicker. Their whole grand master plan is to poison New York City with some gas that's in the spire on Saxon Tower, which you see in the trailer is the thing that's falling. That is the grand master plan. It is officially on par with some of the goofiest attempts that Shredder did in the 1980s cartoon. It's a real humdinger, to say the least. But yeah, when April like first meets the turtles up on the roof and stuff, and she goes back home, she digs out her dad's old research stuff and brings up the whole Project Renaissance thing. And she finds out, about what all that was about. And you come to find out that during that fire, when they think they lost the Turtles and Splinter, it was April that had come in, saved them, and put them in the sewer. So, yeah, that's like the overarching plot. The dude Saxon needs the mutagen from the Turtles to inoculate himself in the Shredder and, you know, whoever, because his plan is to get the government to pay him infinity monies so he can produce the cure, which he thought he lost. So yeah, money. And yet this whole time, all these years, that gas has just been sitting in the top of his tower for what, 15 years? Yeah, cool. I'm sure sure there's no hazards with that. Or unless maybe, you know, they just found out about it and he reloaded it full of gas or something. So yeah, like my biggest flaw with the movie is it's not about the Turtles at all. Not really. It's all about April. I think she's in every scene, but maybe 3 or 4. I'm trying to rethink because there's just the movie's only an hour and a half long, but it's still like, what did I watch? So apparently Logan thinks he's Michelangelo. Isn't he cute? So yeah, April is the whole driving force behind it, and everything is because of her. So, hey, you want to come back up? Alright, here you go. So, yeah, that's the, oh, you want your car. Here, go. So, yeah, that's, like, April was essentially the central character of the 1990 movie. You know, she was the one that, like, had the most drive and ambition in the movie. But still, it was a conflict, you know, about that age-old rivalry between the Turtles and the Foot Clan. Or not really the Turtles themselves, but, you know, Splinter being Hamato Yoshi's pet, and Hiroko Saki being the killer of Hamato Yoshi. So, you know, there's that. None of that's in the new stuff. It's just all about April, and it's just like, okay, Megan Fox is, you know, she's decent looking, and I'm not gonna, you know, act. How you feel about the people in there? Make up your mind, man. And how you feel about, you know, the cast and the actor's ability and everything. That's all like just basic preferences. I'm not gonna rate stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't do that for a game review. It's when I review games, it's like do the mechanics work and stuff like that. So, yeah. So April being the main character, that was like the biggest like I don't want to watch a movie about April. I really don't. I want to watch a movie about the Turtles. And yeah, so another thing I liked, didn't like, was how over accessorized the Turtles were. Like, you can see in all the shots, like, Donnie's wearing glasses, Andy has goggles on his head, plus, like, all this crazy tech crap on his back. Raph has got, like, he's wearing a do-rag, I guess, but, like, he's got these sunglasses on top, which he never uses, because, you know, they don't go out during the day. So it's like, why does he have sunglasses? Yeah. Like, there were some certain design aspects about the Turtles that were really cool. Like, Leo had this kanji on the side of his mask. That was kind of cool. I'll put a picture up if I can find it. I actually didn't get a clear shot of it, so I don't know what it is. If I find out, I'll leave it in the description. I think that's it. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. The channel's called Family Man Gaming, but here I am reviewing a movie. But, like, the Turtles were such an integral part of my childhood. So, kids. I grew up I really didn't read too much of the comics. I grew up mostly with the video games and the movie. I did watch the animated series as a kid, but it was mostly like TMNT3. Wait, hold on. I grew up playing these two things right here. This was like everyone else was playing Mega Man and, you know, Mario, Zelda. This was me. This was what I was playing. You know, I had, like, my brother did bring over stuff like Mega Man and stuff like that. You know, like, every time we'd have, like, family movie nights, I would always rent the Ninja Turtle movie. Like, I'm surprised the video place just didn't give it to us, because, like, they'd see us walk in, and the guy's just like, it's right here. Just, here you go. Yeah, and, like, we would always watch that movie first, because, you know, I was, what, 4 or 5 by the time it'd come out on tape. So we'd watch mine first, and I'd be so excited, get overwhelmed and hyped up, and I'd just crash. So then everyone else could watch their movies. So it was a win-win for everyone, except for how every weekend they would have to watch Ninja Turtles. But I mean, I think the original one is still a really good family movie. I really do. Oh, another thing that was, you know, pretty cool action-wise was this fight between Shredder and Splinter. That was pretty good. You know, of course, it's all CG and stuff like that, but, yeah, you know, Shredder and Splinter's fight was kind of cool. Still, you know, Shredder being a Transformer and all. You know. Like I said, there is, like, little to no character development outside of April, and, yeah, that's about it. And there was kind of a cool throwback to the original movie, when Splinter's talking to April about their past and how they came to be. There's a scene where Leo tosses up the pizza and cuts it with his katanas, and one of the slices lands on Splinter, just like in the movie, or the original, the 1990 movie. That was cool. Nice little throw in there, but still, overall the movie is just, it really feels like an hour and a half long version of something you would watch from the original cartoon. So, yeah, kind of disappointed. Hopefully the sequel won't suck. So, anyway, guys, so yeah, that's a quick sum up of the TMNT review. Alright, well, that's it for this video. As always, guys, subscribe button's like one of these two corners.